EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Into the secondary past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd down and 7. Off the play fake. Bates. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers. Robbie Anderson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll run on first down. It's Sharp, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. They'll set up a throw. Right back to Pitts again. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Russell Gage, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the toss right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
To throw on second down, Bates. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man complete. That's Sharp. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. They'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Sharp. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after. That forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off play action. Bates. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake. Bates. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bates into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. The 40. 20.
Showtime today, baby.
Touchdown, Falcons. Russell Gage, 95 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Bates. He's got Anderson right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Off play action. Bates. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Snell going to try the right side. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now a give here to Snell. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 1st time tonight. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Bates. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Bates. He's going to go up top again. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Let's do this.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, Bates. That caught by Tremble. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Bates. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. Able to complete this one to McLeod. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Off play action. Bates. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Back to throw. Bates. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bates. He finds his man. Complete. That's Hart. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're down on the scoreboard, sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Off the play fake. Bates. That's caught right side by Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I'd think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
2nd and 5.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Off play action, Bates. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Jones with a nice burst there on first down as he'll be taken down, but not before a gain of 7 yards.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Check 26, check 26.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Carolina! Ronald Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side complete to McLeod. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And his kick is indeed good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
John Kaminsky,
credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Second and 16.
Off the play fake. Bates.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. There's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game. Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
They'll look to throw here. And his throw here's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw.
That's caught. It's Frank Darby.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And his throw is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Off-play action. Bates.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bates escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Ronald Jones with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Boswell good with the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Sharp. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And just a yard to go here on second down. On the handoff, it's Snell. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Now back to throw. This is caught. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Trying to run for it with Snell. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
And with that kneel down at the end of the game, partner, they now get to 3-1. This is a good football team we saw in this game.
It is indeed getting to 2 games above 500, and I know early on, while they said they wanted to win every game, they thought they would be solid with a 3-1 start, and here they are.
Yeah, you break your schedule up almost into quarters, every 4 games, and assess 3-1. Any team would take that.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Falcons, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.